Hi everyone, welcome to DuoQueue. I'm Sally,
And I'm Rayla.
and welcome back. Yay!
Yay, it's
Season's
here.
back.
Season's here and we're happy.
I'm so tired.
Oh my god, Nate, please. Please
Nate,
help us. We're dying.
there's so much Overwatch.
So many
How would you
matches.
ever keep up? But we've had some really good matches, and some really shit ones.
Yeah. It do be like that, doesn't it?
So, for ranked, we're basically just gonna talk about stuff we like.
Maybe didn't like.
We're not gonna do anything like timeline. We're not gonna touch every match because what the fuck, this episode would be 14 hours
Yeah.
long. Yeah, so for ranked, why don't we talk about the last couple weeks?
How about this? We'll each have a match of the week.
Match of the episode: Shanghai wins.
Shanghai wins. Yay.
Shanghai wins.
So,
Yay!
Shanghai
Oh my god.
Dragons beat Boston. The first
Oh,
ever victory.
they
Oh my
win.
god.
It was decisive. And it
Oh,
was good.
oh my god, it was so good. Like,
Giguri cried, and me too.
we were all crying.
I'm so happy. I'm especially happy that they brought her out at the end to interview
Yeah,
with Gamsu because it would have been very easy for them to just interview Gamsu.
that was the first time a Dragons player ever got interviewed. So, like, I'm glad that
It
it
is.
wasn't just Gamsu, who has definitely probably been interviewed before. So it was nice that
I think he has.
it would have been amazing to be in the arena that night. Because, like,
Hmm.
I know when we were there and they came close to winning, it was insane already. So, like, when they actually won, God, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would have been nutty. In relation to that game, watching Ding kind of like tear it up
Ding,
was pretty cool.
fucking good as Sombra.
Yeah,
A
he
lot
was
of
ripping
their
it up, which is
I
awesome.
was gonna say a lot of their teams showed up that day. Like Luffy was doing real good as Sin. I'm just proud of them all.
Yeah, but that was fun to watch too because they had players who were playing really well.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good game. I think the best part of that was just seeing like everyone's reaction to it because everyone was just so excited and happy they won. Like
Yeah.
literally everyone was so happy it happened.
Also, in relation to this game, can we talk about how Note spent the entirety of their push on King's
Oh
Row
my god!
as Reaper, doing absolutely nothing, and then used his Death Blossom, got stunned, and then booped off the map?
Note Blossom, Note Blossom.
Because that was the most relatable Overwatch League content I've ever fucking seen.
Play of the match, to be honest.
I was just like, I remember we were watching it, and I'm just like, why are they still doing this?
I literally they did that all the way to like third point. Like I don't
Yeah,
understand.
almost the entire way. And then, like, the casters were saying something like, "Ah, Reaper's really good for eating up those tanks," and I'm watching from Note's perspective, and he's like halfway across the map, just like shooting out little like airsoft pellets into the air and not even hitting anything. He's got 20% ult, and they're almost to checkpoint 2.
It was weird. Like
I'm
I
just like, no, babe, what are you doing?
love you, Note, but what is you
What are
doing?
they? What are your coaches telling you in your ears? Why are you listening to them?
Yeah,
Still
hilarious to say the least.
hysterical. I lost my mind.
Oh my god, that was so good. I would say because I don't want to pick the same match as you, obviously. So we can talk about two. I would say mine would have been the Hunters versus the Charge. Because that game was so fucking fun. Like, both the teams were playing, like, really fun comps, and it wasn't just the same and it was just, like, a really good game. And I remember, like, a lot of the, like, other players and casters were tweeting about, like, oh, I see you now, Hunters, I see you, and, like, because I think, like, people had predicted that they wouldn't, be up that high, and then they came out with the win.
To me, it's more fun to watch two teams play very competitively. I think I remember that one being like competitive on each map.
Yeah.
Whereas like sometimes sometimes what I've been noticing is that it's very one-sided, but not necessarily like the entire time. So like I remember that one them being like really close and like kind of trading back and forth a little bit more, and that's really exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's cool. We fell in love with Shu, who plays for the Charge, because he was
We like Shu.
very good Ana. Now, what else would you like to talk about?
Paris wins both their matches.
Oh my god, I was so happy.
Hell yeah!
The worst part is I had to miss both matches.
You did. You're the Paris guy.
Yeah, I will say, I fully did not expect him to win. Not that I didn't expect him to win, but I went in with, like, not getting my hope, like, not trying to get too hyped. And then they won both, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this. I'm so happy.
I watched them play the Spitfire. They absolutely thrashed them. They just slapped them until they died.
Cruz like, is insane, dude.
Yeah, Cruz is nutty. And, like, they got a little bit swept on King's Row when London brought in Guard, who I also want to talk about a little bit. But otherwise, completely decisive. They couldn't even touch him.
Why did you take Guard out when, like, that was...
Like, yeah, I don't... But then they put him back in and they got swept,
no,
too.
That's right, I forgot.
Yeah, they put him back in on Route 66 right, and they still got curb stomped.
It was basically like Paris, like, learned that fast to, like, focus him. I forgot about that. That's true.
Yeah, there's that clip where, like, Nico is kind of, like, wildly swinging his Brigida. And then he hits Guard, who's invisible on Sombra, and then Nico just, like, mugs him and takes his lunch money.
Yeah, he does. It's
like, god damn. Also, Bin Best in full HD.
The camera loves him.
Thank you. It's so funny because after both games... the camera just basically just pans with Bin Best over to the other side, and then pans back that way and kind of hovers over him while he's dealing with his keyboard and shit. Like, it's really, really funny.
I know, like, I specifically wanted to see Soon, because I always like to see when they interact with players, so I was watching Soon, and you're like, yeah, you don't really get to see it, because it follows Bin Best, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Like, when they played the Gladiators, and they walk over, and Rayla goes, I want to see Soon and Surefour hug, and the camera just follows Bin Best over,
I'm like,
and
okay.
then it cuts to where Bin Best is, and you see Soon kind of pop out from behind Surefour.
And I'm like, cool, thanks, cameraman.
Speaking of that game, though, watching Guard come in and basically just carry London for an entire map was insane.
Guard did awesome.
He was nutty on King's Row. He just, like, basically just completely disabled Finzi constantly. So that was really impressive. And apparently he's performed really well since, too, which is really cool. Yeah. Kind of a new player to watch out for, I think.
Yeah, he did good.
Especially since Sombra is so strong.
Sombra's very good. Speaking of Sombra players, I'm happy to see Dante. Because, you know, he came from the shock where... Unfortunately, that was a team that he would have been, you know, he would have been on the bench if he was still on that team, probably. So it's nice that he got traded and now he's literally in every match and fucking popped off as Sombra. Like, his stats on Sombra on Dorado, and he had 0 deaths and 32 eliminations.
Whoa!
As well as 36 enemies hacked. Like...
0 healing done. Dante, what are you doing? Wow, that's nuts.
Like, he's so good.
Speaking of the Outlaws, they had a bad week this week.
Yeah.
Well, they had a bad day the other day. They had a good day the other day.
It was an up and down week for them because they got their first win and then
they had a very, very bad loss.
Yeah,
or like a really bad one.
I didn't see it, but I don't really need to at this point, you know.
Oh, it was very bad, actually.
But I want to say, when I played with Spark, it was right after the Dragons game. Mm-hmm. And I don't think anyone expected them to win. And, like, it was such a good game, and they did so well, and I'm really proud of them for getting that big win against the Spark.
Hell yeah. I just want to say one thing, and I don't want to go into this too much, but be nice to Jake Overwatch, I swear to God.
Be nice to him.
Be nice to him.
I agree.
I was really fired up about that.
I know you were. I was at work, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
I was really mad. He bashed his fist on the desk.
Yeah, I know that much.
And, like, people were just making fun of him, being like, oh, Jake's salty, huh? And, like, making a big, like, copy pasta out of it. I feel like there's very few people other than Jake where if somebody else had done it, it would have just been like, wow, he's pretty fired up, you know, like, whatever. But because it's Jake and people like to make fun of him, they picked on him for it. Also related to the Outlaws, but on a different note, Boink thriving.
Boink is like, hell yeah, popping off.
Boink thriving, and that is fantastic.
That's what he
thriving on and off stage.
I know that's a team that I want to see more of in general is just the Vancouver Titans because, as we talked about, I didn't get to watch some of the matches because of work, and it always was the Titans matches that I had to miss. I did get to see them play Shock, which was good, but like they're currently ranked number 2. I really want to see more of them because it seems like they're doing super well, and I'm just glad that they've been able to come over here and do so well in the league in their first season. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I also haven't actually seen them play yet, but I want to.
They beat the Shock specifically for me, so thank you.
Yeah, they did it for you.
Yeah. So did the Gladiators. Thank you, Gladiators.
I have one more thing to say about Pink Team.
Yeah, go on.
Rhea is killing it.
Yeah. Spark is...
They're off tank.
I like the Spark. I'm glad that they're doing well. I hope they continue. Because like we said, they had kind of a rough week this week, but I'm hoping they'll be able to like come back from that.
Yeah, I'm really happy that they're doing really well. And that, in addition to being hyped up for having the best outfits, they can be hyped up for their play as well.
Yeah. I feel like the team that's done the best that I maybe didn't expect is the Atlanta Reign. Like, they're ranked 4 right now. They've only lost 1 game. They're another one of those teams that I think they're pretty fun to watch because they have fun with their comps, you know? Like, they don't stick to the straight 3-3 as the casters are forced to call it.
Rayla, on one hand, I love it when teams don't play 3-3.
On the other hand,
a diehard Paris fan who plays exclusively goats and nothing else.
That's because I love them, and you don't know all the facts.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. I mean, it's... can we talk about the Valiant?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you wanted to.
I'm sad.
Those poor Valiant boys.
All their games have been so close.
I was gonna say, that's what's the worst, is they are currently sitting in last place with not a single win. But, like, if you watch the games...
They're so close!
They're not getting stomped or anything. They just have, like, a super tough schedule.
Yeah, like they're just, like... They're 99-99 pushing it to map 5s, like they just somehow can't close it out.
Yeah,
So I hope that they kind of pick up and can kind of figure out what's going on.
Yeah, hopefully they get it figured out. 'Cause, you know, we're always rooting for those Valiant boys.
Yeah. But also related, Izayaki, my boy.
Yeah, like, I know I told you, because you weren't watching them, but they were they were comparing him to Jonak and, like, saying how he's one of the standout players, and what they basically said was, like, if his team played more around him, like Jonak, he would, you know, have even, like, better stats or equal to him, because his team just doesn't play around him quite the same. So, like, that's impressive.
He's nutty on Zin. He's also on my fantasy team, so...
Yeah, so you have to hype him up. You're like the Izayaki hype squad.
Yeah, I'm the hype squad. Plus, he deserves the hype squad.
He does.
He's really fun to watch. And then also, Kariv on DPS is interesting. Well, basically Zarya. Kariv on Zarya.
Well, he will be DPS. It's weird, but at the same time, it's not, just because they've done that before.
But either way, I love him, and that's all.
Yeah.
They took him out for a map, and my little hummingbird heart started beating like 10 million paces a minute.
Like, straight up yelled at me, and I'm like, I don't work for them again.
Well, go get a job with the Valiant and tell them they can't fucking sick Kariv anymore.
The whole support thing that they got going on is very confusing to me.
Well, in the last match, they didn't take Cuss out.
They didn't? Okay.
No, they left him in.
Well, it's just, why it's so confusing to me is because, 1, Cookie is an off-tank player.
Yeah.
And 2, Cuss has always been, they themselves quote him as being the shot caller and team captain. So it's very weird to me that you would take him out if he is your shot caller and team captain.
Yeah.
So it's very weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is just a personal side note. At NYXL, why are you hiding Ark? That's all.
They let him out for one map.
For one map.
They let him out.
They did. Let Ark out more.
I think it was a tweet that was like, can you believe Sabiobi is one of the best Overwatch players on the planet? And he just got ghosted off the face of the earth.
He sure did.
Which is kind of a bummer. I wanted to talk about this a little bit. Like, I don't want to complain about goats because I don't want to be that guy. But I will say that I kind of miss seeing DPS players that I really liked last year.
Yeah.
Like, kind of sad.
On that same note, like, I love Saya player. They let him out for map 5, and then that was it. I
like watching goats because I'm a tank player, so I understand what's going on. But I do kind of miss seeing, like, really good Widowmakers and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, I do kind of miss that a little bit. Tracers. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, the flip side of playing 3-3 right now is everybody do whatever you feel like and see if that works.
Yeah, it's wild. Fucking Rio J Hong on Junkrat.
We're gonna go Hamster, Junkrat, Soldier, Sombra, Diva, and something else. And like, I don't even fucking know. Doomfist.
Well,
and we're gonna see if that works.
The one thing to, like, like, I know I've seen London a couple of is go 4 DPS, Mercy, and then Hamster.
Yeah, which is insane. Because I said it on the podcast, I do have to point out that you told me there weren't going to be any hamsters.
I do want to point out that you are wrong about Muma, because aiming from the Hunters is definitely the hamster to beat. Like you said, I don't really mind watching goats either, because I just, I think it's still interesting because, like, obviously they're all high level, so they know what they're doing, and it's, like, organized and everything compared to just watching, like, people play it in ranked.
Yeah.
The one interesting thing that I think has come out of it is, like, how fucking bizarre the games have been, in the sense that, like,
teams that shouldn't beat each other are beating each other.
Like,
teams that lose to that team get their asses handed to them by a team that's worse than that one.
Yeah, there's basically at least 2 different charts going around right now that's like a circle of, like, this team beat this team who got lost to this team and then beat this team.
It's truly anybody's game.
It's wild.
How could you ever predict this?
Yeah.
Like, how could you ever do it? It's so wild and so random, and it all comes down to these very minuscule, like, frame-by-frame timings.
So the 2 different ones, Atlanta Reign beat Florida, who beat Philly, who beat Atlanta Reign. So it's just a big triangle of who won. And then
Soul beat the Gladiators and the Hunters. The Hunters beat the Charge, who beat the Fuel, who beat Soul.
Yeah.
So Soul beat the Gladiators, who beat the Shock, who beat the Fuel, who beat Soul.
So it's just like a big fucking weird-ass maze of who's gonna win.
Yeah, I feel bad for the desk. How could you ever predict?
Yeah,
How could you ever do it?
Like, Jesus Christ.
Speaking of the desk, I have some things.
Where's the fucking desk?
Why?
At Nate Manzer. Why did you take their desk? Why do they have to stand and give a weather forecast?
I don't care if they stand. That I don't care about. But if you're gonna have them stand, cut them off at the waist.
Yeah.
Like every other sports thing does. Because you know what's weird? Looking at people standing in a weird stage room.
I do like how the casters are set up, like, because now they're, like, out in the arena and you can see the backdrop when it shows them. I think that's cool. I just don't like the weird quote-unquote death situation that they have going on.
Also, filming a TV screen with a camera makes it look all shitty.
Yeah, it looks so bad.
It makes it look all shitty. It looks bad. Put the desk people in that weird room you had the casters in before.
Yeah.
With the green screen.
Another new thing is they have the new people that interview players. So we get
Danny,
to see
cute.
Danny all the time. Emily, I believe, is the...
Is that the Chinese translator?
That's the Chinese translator, yeah. And
because I wrote down the Chinese translator lady, whose name I don't remember.
I believe it's Emily.
Cute.
I love her. I love Danny. I'm very happy. I feel like that makes it easier, too, instead of having, like, last year having Zoe ask and then the translator do.
I'm so thrilled about this because on players where they had English speakers, they would just default to asking an English speaker. Like I remember, like, for the Uprising, they always had Note come down. Can we talk about the Gladiators real quick?
Yeah.
I'm sad about Bishu.
I know. Bishu, feel better.
I hope he feels better.
Just, like, talking about the Gladiators, Roar has been so good.
Yeah, Roar is killing it.
Like that fucking play he did
where he
on the
launched Where he launched the Shock out into space.
No, it was the Soul.
Or was it Soul?
It was Soul, yeah. I love the roar clip because, like, it just shows you the outside and then suddenly all the fucking players come flying out the door. And they're in their head.
Like, goodbye!
So fucking funny.
Have fun in space. I'm happy to see Goose out of Mercy Jail.
I was gonna say, Goose and Shaz have been killing it.
Goose and Shaz have been killing it, but nobody expected anything less because they're kings.
I hope the games go well for them.
Yeah, they also had kind of an up and down where they lost to Paris, and then they lost to someone else too.
Soul. They lost
Soul.
And then they beat Shock.
Really, but again, like their games, like the Valiant, their games are really, really close. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like they're just getting destroyed and got the first ever Symmetra play. We got both Symmetra in tour play. Like, I think it was both on the first day. If not the first day, it was the second day. But, like, super fast. So we got both of those happening. But I know that there was a stat that every character has been played already. Whereas, like last year there were characters that had never been played.
I have one thing to say about the fuel.
Is it that you want Effect to thrive and we support him?
Yeah, it's that Effect is getting playtime and he's posting positive stuff on Twitter and it makes me happy.
He's always like smiling and I'm just like, oh, I love you.
He looks good.
He does. I love him.
Like, damn.
We love you, Effect Overwatch.
When you talk about Jaehong just playing whatever.
We love you, Jaehong. You and your little Junkrat.
He played Junkrat and like I think he played Hamster and
he has played Zenyatta, Ana, Moira, Bastion, Junkrat, Hammond, Mercy, Soldier, Ashe, Widow. Basically, like Mercy, Soldier, Ashe, Widowmaker. He was them for less than a minute.
But still, all those other ones, Bastion and
Bastion and Junkrat
and the Hamster and like so nutty.
For arcade this week, we're just gonna do a little predictions.
This is impossible. And also, if you were paying attention, I put the Valiant as winning fucking shebang, and they've lost all their games. So
I put Shock at the bottom, and they've done pretty decent. So at Shock, please stop.
This isn't working.
No, we are good at predictions.
The Washington Justice versus the Philadelphia Fusion.
Fusion. I believe in Poco. I believe in Carpe. I believe in all those boys. All those good boys.
Alright. I will second that. Go Fusion. I don't know anything about the Justice, but also I don't care to know anything about them, so Fusion it is. Alright, Seoul against Boston.
Soul Dynasty.
The Seoul Dynasty against the Boston Uprising.
Soul Dynasty.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go Seoul Dynasty as well, because Boston seemed to be having a little bit of a tough time.
Boston's having issues, and also Seoul has been killing it pretty much. They got Fissure, they got Jaehong's been popping off again. It's
Florida Mayhem against the Guangzhou Charge.
Charge. I love the Charge. That's all you need to know.
I think I'm gonna go with you as well, but I'm nervous about it. The Florida Mayhem are a fucking wild card.
Hey, Florida can fuck off until they play Cyber Player.
They either super suck or they're super good. There's no in between.
Yeah, it's weird.
So,
it's
been
weird.
Yeah, so it's scary.
I feel like they specifically have been like the biggest wild card, like you said.
San Francisco Shock against the Hangzhou Spark.
Do I even need to say who I'm going to predict is going to win this?
Pink Team.
Pink Team. Absolutely.
Pink Team.
Pink Team.
Hell yeah. Pink Team. The Los Angeles Gladiators against the London Spitfire.
Gladiators are my number one pick. They're going to win the whole series. So they're going to win this. They're going to win this one.
Gladiator.
Discounting the finals, they've always beat London pretty well. And London's had like a really weird start. So I think they can do it.
Yeah, I think they can too. Like I was saying, their matches have all been really close. The Toronto Defiant against the New York Excelsior.
I mean, New York. I think Toronto will put up a good fight, but I think that New York will win.
I would agree with you. I don't want to agree with you on all of these. It's annoying. Vancouver Titans against Los Angeles Valiant.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the Titans. Because the Titans...
You know what? Fuck you. I'm going to Valiant.
There you go. There's the one I'll disagree on.
Fuck you.
I
I believe in them.
My heart is like Valiant, but like the Titans they're strong, dude. They're so strong.
I believe in them. The Shanghai Dragons against the Chengdu Hunters.
That's gonna be an interesting one. I think the Hunters will win though.
I'm gonna go Shanghai.
Damn.
I think they're gonna ride the high from last week, and they're gonna take the win.
I think the Hunters are gonna be a confusing match for the Dragons because they have that whole like weird hamster comp going on, and I think the Dragons will just not really know how to deal with that. But I could be wrong. Maybe
they'll figure it out.
Deeding could like be somber and wreck his life, so it really could go either way, I think. But I'm gonna say Hunters.
I'm going Dragons. The Paris Eternal against the Atlanta Reign.
I mean, obviously Paris is who I'm going with. Obviously.
I'm gonna go Paris. Like, they've been looking so dominant. And even when they get a curveball thrown at them, I think they can adjust really well. So, and as Cruz himself said, just focus Defran, forehead. The Florida Mayhem against the Houston Outlaws.
Outlaws, absolutely. I believe in them. They're gonna beat Florida.
I am gonna go Outlaws too, but again, the fucking Mayhem is a wild card.
Mayhem is spicy.
I believe in my boys. The San Francisco Shock against the Washington Justice.
I mean, Shock is gonna win. Shock has been really strong. Washington has not been like awful, but I don't know that they can take on Shock.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you. Shanghai Dragons against the Dallas Fuel.
You know what? Oh no, I don't know. I like both of these teams. Damn it. I think the Fuel will win, sadly.
Fuck you, I'm gonna go Dragons.
Not even sadly, but like, I want the Dragons to do well, so.
I'm gonna go Dragons.
I'm glad you believe in them.
I do. I put them up really high on my list. The Boston Uprising against the Toronto Defiant.
For the same reason, I'm going to say Defiant. Defiant has been really strong. I think they've done better than most people thought. And Boston just has this whole weird, like, thing with their management going on, so I don't think that's going to go too well for them unless they get it figured out.
The Hangzhou Spark against the Los Angeles Gladiators. That arena is going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I was going to say, that one's going to be beautiful. I love it already.
It's going to be pretty.
I think this will be a close one, but I think the Gladiators will win. I believe in them.
I think it will be very close as well. I'm going to go Gladiators too. Yeah. That was very hard for me.
I know. That's a rough one. I think they'll do it, though.
Mm-hmm. The Los Angeles Valiant against the Guangzhou Charge.
No. I think Valiant will win this one.
I'm going to go Valiant again.
But I love you, Charge.
I believe in my boys.
I believe in them, but I also love you, Charge, so I hope it's a close one.
And then the New York Excelsior against the Seoul Dynasty.
I think this one's going to be way spicier this year than it was last year.
Agreed.
I do think New York is going to come out on top, but I think it will be the closest Seoul versus New York match we've ever seen.
I'm going to go Seoul.
Ooh.
Just because I believe. So week 4. Atlanta Reign against the Los Angeles Gladiators.
Los Angeles Gladiators, I believe in. I think it will be a close match because the Reign has been pretty strong, but I believe in the Gladiators.
Los Angeles Gladiators. Hopefully Bishu will be back by then.
Yeah, I feel like by week 4, hopefully.
Fuck. Los Angeles Valiant against the Philadelphia Fusion.
Oh, no.
Valiant. I went with my heart.
I think I'm going to have to go Fusion, unfortunately.
Traitor.
Am I a traitor? I also like Fusion.
Traitor, you have the shirt on in our art.
Quick, edit over it. It's a Paris shirt. What do you mean?
The Toronto Defiant against the Chengdu Hunters. Ooh, that one's going to be spicy, I think.
I think the Hunters. I believe in them.
I'm going to go as well. Yeah, Chengdu.
They're pretty wild. Like, I love them.
They are. Yeah, they're fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
The Paris Eternal against the Vancouver Titans.
This is going to be a hard one. But I want to believe in them, and so I'm going to say Paris.
I also am going to say Paris, but I think if a team is going to figure out how to counteract them, it's the New York Excelsior against the San Francisco Shock.
New York is going to dunk on them and make them cry, hopefully.
Wow. We're going to go New York.
Wait a second. Didn't Fuel and Dragons play last week? Didn't we just do a prediction? Yeah, what the fuck?
Wait, what? What the hell? Alright, well. Against the Dragons rematch.
The Dragons are gonna win this time.
I'll flip-flop and I'll say fuel.
What the fuck?
Oh no! The Los Angeles Valiant against the Houston Outlaws. Fuck!
I think Valiant will win.
Damn it!
But I'm rooting for you, Houston.
I'm gonna go Houston. Seoul Dynasty against Washington Justice.
Seoul Dynasty. Easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you there.
Easy clapped, easy lap.
The Guangzhou Charge against the Los Angeles Gladiators.
I'm gonna go Gladiators. I believe in them. I want them to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Gladiators too, because I'm smarter than you and I have the Gladiators shirt on in our art, so.
Yeah, well.
The Hangzhou Spark against Toronto Defiant.
Spark.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Spark too.
I feel like I've been really mean to Defiant because they've actually been really good, but.
I think they have tough matchups though.
Yeah, a lot of these have been rough ones, I think.
The Paris Eternal against the San Francisco Shock.
Paris.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Paris. The London Spitfire against the Shanghai Dragon.
You know what? I'm gonna say the Dragons.
I believe. But I think I'm gonna go Spitfire.
Yeah, you can go Spitfire.
Oh my god.
This is
Florida
like...
Mayhem against the Boston Uprising. I refuse to pick. Because I don't know.
That's a rough one.
I think I'm gonna go Mayhem.
I think so too.
But I don't know.
But this is one of those where I'm like, I truly feel like it could go either way.
I truly have no idea. A lot of these, I think everything can just go either way because you never know. But like, this one I feel even more so. The Vancouver Titans against the Chengdu Hunters.
Titans. I love you, Hunters, but the Titans are insane. I'm
gonna go Titans too. But I think Chengdu will put up a pretty good fight.
I think Chengdu, like, they might come out and confuse them at first. Just as a reminder, these are our completely 100% accurate predictions. So, just if you're making bets on who's going to win, you should definitely follow what we say.
So we're going to talk a little bit about our fantasy league. And the first thing I want to say is I kicked ass.
You did kick ass.
I crushed everyone.
So we can only talk about the first week because they've been really bad about updating it, and they've only updated the first week.
Shaz, my boy, my big, giant, strong man.
Yeah, Shaz is carried.
Came in at 338 points, which is nutty.
It is. That's crazy. Shaz, Mono, and Poco are like your bread and butter.
Hell yeah. Fucking all my people are my bread and butter. Everybody but Agilities.
Be nice. Be nice to Agilities. I got kind of fucked.
I was gonna say, what happened to you?
I played Bishu, and he didn't.
He didn't play because he's sickly.
And so I played Soon and Bin Best, and they did well. But I think that what hurt me on them was that they only had one game.
Yeah, Paris only played one match.
So a lot of other players had 2 games, so that they just naturally
their points.
Earn more points.
So we're doing DuoQueue every 2 weeks now. So every 2 weeks we'll put out DuoQueue, and we'll just go basically like we did here. Just go over the last couple weeks, and then do our predictions, and then talk about whatever we want. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Why not? And then follow our Twitter at No Control Gamers. And yeah, thanks for listening. And as always, GG Go Next.
GG Go Next.